Okay, we're back. This is Attorney Vince Davis. I'm with my co-host Cynthia Becker, and this is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win. Cynthia, that was a very interesting topic. We're going to have to talk about more about those stories
Yes.
later on. But let's take another call right now from Sophia from California. Sophia, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
Hi, Sophia. Yes, I do have a story. Me and my husband. I apologize for my language. Because I'm not from this country. I do have a little bit of a problem with English. But my husband, he is. Hello.
I'm here listening.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything. Our son, he was born in 2018, in January 2018. He was born with a very rare brain condition. The second day he was born, we brought him home, and he started having 100 seizures a day. So we brought him to the hospital, and they flew him to Oakland Children's Hospital. He had brain surgery at that time, and unfortunately the doctors made mistakes during surgery, gave him other conditions, very rare conditions as well. And unfortunately, we were very unsatisfied with their services, and we ended up moving our son to a different care close to our area. So we had the Oakland Children's Hospital, the one who heard our son doing brain surgery, calling CPS on us 3 times, I believe. Yes. 2 times the social workers came by, and they looked at our children. They closed the case. They said that our son was completely fine. There was no issues. He was being seen by the doctors. Everything was fine. No issues. They both closed the case. The Oakland Children's Hospital called CPS again the 3rd time, and we had a different social worker. She came knock on our door. Unfortunately, we did open the door, but we had nothing to hide. We did open the door. She came to our door, and she said that Oakland Children's Hospital called them, concerned about us not taking him to his appointments up in Oakland, and about the medicines and all this stuff.
Hey, Sophia. Sophia.
Yes.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a second. When you're telling the story, we don't want to use any names, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I apologize. I really apologize. So, so there was she when she knocked on the door, she said that the hospital called, and she said that we didn't take 2 appointments to the hospital, and we did explain to her we have changed care, and this other hospital they were notified. They knew we changed care, and I was just saying that I'm gonna have to. Is it okay if I pass the phone to my husband? I'm forgetting some words. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
He can explain a little better. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. One second.
Hi, Mr. Davis.
Hi, how are you? Go ahead and continue the story.
Pretty good. Okay, so as she was saying, on that day, it was a Friday, and actually when they first showed up to the house, again it was a third time there. It was actually me in the first 30 minutes or so while my wife was at work. But the worker that came over came over again for what she was reporting or had been reported to as neglect or poor follow-up after brain surgery. It didn't make sense. I was a little irritated with her dealing with them so many times, and but nonetheless, we went on with the interview. I told her that there's absolutely no reason that she would have grounds to be there, but she was really focused on one of the medications, and that was the Diarrhea. The medication Diarrhea is a diuretic that unfortunately Nathan, or my son, my youngest, he needed for one of the complications from brain surgery, and that was he got central diabetes insipidus and also some right side paralysis during brain surgery. So I'm not sure if she told you or not, but there was the two things that happened in brain surgery. We were at the hospital we were at, and we basically went from hero parents staying at bedside with our youngest to what they saw was like greedy parents trying to sue them. The mistake from there was we actually got a number from a lawyer from one of their nurses at Oakland, and once a records request went to that hospital, just as routine, they thought we were suing them. Pretty much that's when everything came.
When CPS started getting involved?
Yeah, that's when CPS started getting involved.
Over the years, let me tell you this, over the years, I have heard stories about, and I've even been involved in a couple of cases where allegations of child abuse are made to cover up what some view as some type of medical malpractice or medical mistakes.
Yeah.
And so that, strategy is something that I've seen. It's something that I've heard of on many occasions. It's not necessarily something that I think that was proved that I know of. But it's a strategy, and unfortunately, it's an effective strategy.
Yes, it is, from what we've experienced.
Yeah, against the parents. Now, did they take away your children?
They did not at the hospital. No, we were successfully discharged from the hospital. I was 37 days late because Nathan wouldn't adapt to what was vasopressin, and that's an IV form of the diuretic. He has salt diabetes. That's what central DI is. So 37 days later, we were discharged from the hospital. We went home. Immediately, though, we saw behaviors from the hospital that were very strange. They called CPS and started making reports that they thought that we were going to not show up to the July 12th medical appointment for follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went early. Nathan, my son, I don't know if I can say his name, but my son, we just, he had a little bit of a headache. He was a little bit fussy. So we went on ahead and we brought him in, and ended up just going ahead and seeing all of his normal doctors there. He had a clean, he was healthy, just a headache. They prescribed some Tylenol, and we left. But we also got to go see all the doctors he was supposed to see, which gave him a perfect clean health. When he left the hospital, his salt levels were pretty high. And me and my wife actually, we maintained the only time that he's ever had proper salt levels since surgery was with us. But so we went home, and about 2 months later was the first CPS visit. No reason that we thought. They actually came with 10 police officers to the door, as if we had just kind of pulled our son out of the hospital and just kind of threw him in the corner of the house, and that he could be dead, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It was really strange. It took the cops probably about 5 minutes to really just be disgusted with the whole thing and apologize and leave. The social worker that was there, she's asked questions and was pretty easily aware of the situation there, which we're thankful for. So
you came through it all right. You didn't lose your children.
Yeah, that one we did. We came through okay. She asked us to go to the emergency room if we could, or to do results, and I asked her if it was okay if we did that, and then just faxed her, emailed her the results the next day or two, and she said it was okay. She had a little bit of a rough time with her supervisor, but ultimately she said that was okay. So we did, and facts of the results, everything was good. She closed that case, and that was in the county above us. So about 20 days. I'm sorry.
Did you eventually lose the child?
Yes, we did.
Is the child is the child still with you?
He's not with us. No, this is an ongoing case that's entered some strange.
How old is the case?
It is about a year and a half old now.
Did you lose your other children?
We did not lose our other child.
Okay, this is what I want you to do, because we're heading into our next break. This is what I want you to do. I want you to contact Cynthia. I want her to interview you on the reality series, CPS The Horror Stories, because I want to hear your full story, and it's not something I can do in this short hour that we have left.
I was trying to get to some key points, but I think that it would bring a lot of interest to you too. It gets very
That's why I want you to be
unbelievable to some people.
That's why I want you to be interviewed. Hey, we have to move into our next break. This is Attorney Vince Davis. I'm with my co-host Cynthia Becker. We'll be right back after